Hello everyone. Our channel updates the latest and fastest manhwa summary videos. We hope you will support us by subscribing to the channel to reach our goal of 1000 subscribers soon. Magic Emperor Chapter 845. Everyone was totally shocked and confused after hearing that, with pure doubt written all over their faces. What the hell is this King of Beasts thing anyway? In the world of spiritual beasts, the hierarchy is super strict, but finding someone actually worthy of calling themselves king is incredibly rare. Even if such a king existed, it's hard to imagine any creature powerful enough to scare off every single beast of a major sect like this. Plus, these spirit pets are well trained and usually listen to their masters instead of just giving in to raw instinct. On top of that, this guy clearly looks like just another ordinary human. How can he claim to be the king of all spiritual beasts? This is honestly the most ridiculous thing ever. They had no clue about this massive secret. Zhuo Fan's left eye held the world-shattering thunder flame, an ultimate energy combining the power of all four great sacred beasts. This level of power is way beyond normal sacred beasts, enough to suppress every spiritual creature on earth. The presence of the thunder flame literally screams death, so no beast dared to show up because nobody wants to get vaporized instantly. Hey kid, quit playing these mind games, and stop mentioning that baseless King of Beasts title. The sect leader barked coldly to regain control, demanding to know who he was, why he trespassed on beast-taming sect grounds, and what kind of sorcery froze all their spirit pets. Zhuo Fan flashed a mysterious smirk, and said he could answer the first few questions, but the last secret was strictly off-limits. As for who he was, at that point, Zhuo Fan glanced over at Prince Lu. Prince Lu was sharp enough to get the hint immediately, so he backed off and stayed dead silent. Zhuo Fan looked satisfied and told the sect leader he didn't want to waste his breath introducing himself. His reason for being there was simple. He'd heard this place had a sacred land, and wanted to borrow it for a bit. You want to borrow it? Demanding that before the full moon. Do you have a death wish or something? Full moon? What's that about? Zhuo Fan frowned, sounding genuinely confused as he asked. The sect leader scoffed at Zhuo Fan's ignorance of the sacred land's rules, making it clear he wouldn't lend it out, and wouldn't let him leave alive. Old man, aren't you a little too full of yourself? Zhuo Fan smirked, not showing a shred of respect. The sect leader's face turned to grim, thinking Zhuo Fan was the one being arrogant. So what if he could neutralize their beast-taming arts? Did he really think a major power like the beast-taming sect would be a pushover just because their beasts were out of the picture? Don't forget there are still over 200 ethereal stage experts here. Can you really handle them all by yourself? 200 people? Compared to other sects, that's a tiny number and totally manageable for me. Zhuo Fan commented casually, mocking the sect leader for being delusional about his strength in numbers. Listening to you talk, I'm even more sure I'll win. Aha. Livid, the sect leader trashed Zhuo Fan for being a low-level brat who dared to look down on experts, then ordered his men to take him alive for some brutal punishment. As you command, sect leader. Instantly, an elder charged at Zhuo Fan with insane speed. At the same time, a blinding gold light erupted alongside a massive, ferocious tiger image, flooding the area with sharp killing intent. The elder laughed out loud, thinking someone at the radiant stage stood no chance against the ethereal stage, and feeling certain he'd take him down. Before he could even finish, a brilliant red light flared up, and a powerful, massive dragon claw appeared behind Zhuo Fan. In a flash, that claw completely pinned down the gold tiger, making it impossible to move. The elder froze in pure terror, screaming in despair as he saw his soul being toyed with so easily. Zhuo Fan smirked, saying that the normal rules of cultivation levels just don't apply to him. Then, the dragon claw crushed the tiger into dust, making it vanish completely. The elder dropped to the ground and died instantly, his eyes still wide with fear. It was a fatal, incredibly decisive blow. Everyone watching was absolutely terrified, staring at Zhuo Fan in total shock. They never expected him to have a soul powerful enough to wipe out an ethereal stage expert's soul in a heartbeat. Everyone wondered who this freak actually was. The sect leader looked at Zhuo Fan in a daze, trembling as he demanded to know his real identity. At first, I was just passing through, but things have changed now. Zhuo Fan replied with a smile, his eyes turning cold as ice. A thunderous dragon roar echoed as the almighty Scarlet Dragon King appeared, releasing an intense pressure that made everyone feel like they were suffocating. I've changed my mind. I am here to tear this place of yours down. The celestial dragon soul. He read Zhuo Fan. The sect leader realized it in horror, shouting the name out in pure panic. The rest of them heard the name and freaked out, scrambling backward in a total daze. They couldn't wrap their heads around it, since rumor said Zhuo Fan was killed after leaving the demon scheming sect. Why was this monster still alive and showing up here? Since Zhuo Fan was the legendary top disciple of the Double Dragon Gathering, nobody saw his sudden appearance at the beast-taming sect coming. Everyone knew his presence meant bad news, and that a disaster was about to hit the sect. The sect leader tried to keep his cool and declared that since Zhuo Fan killed his disciples at the Double Dragon Gathering, he'd personally take him out for revenge. If even the Heaven and Earth Justice sect couldn't touch me, how could a weak sect like yours take my life? Keep dreaming. Zhuo Fan laughed mockingly, treating them like they didn't even exist. The sect leader fumed, claiming Zhuo Fan only escaped through tricks and insisting that with over 200 ethereal stage experts surrounding him, he was definitely going to die there. I've already told you, but you still don't get it. 200 people are still way too few to match my power. Shut up. How dare you look down on the beast-taming sect like that? In a rage, the sect leader ordered everyone to attack and kill Zhuo Fan at any cost, making sure he couldn't get away. As you command, sect leader. After a loud roar, the elders all charged at Zhuo Fan together with insane speed. Over 200 ethereal stage experts created a massive amount of pressure that weighed heavily on Zhuo Fan's group. Leonard's group was super worried, because even though Zhuo Fan was strong, facing 200 powerhouses at once was a huge challenge. Zhuo Fan wasn't scared at all. He just gave a cold smile and charged straight ahead. The elders were totally shocked by his sudden move. A black light flashed as Zhuo Fan pulled out a black longsword and delivered a decisive slash. Slash. The black sword light streaked past like a bolt of lightning right in front of everyone. Before the elders could even react, a massive explosion went off. Several ethereal stage experts were wiped out instantly, sending blood and debris flying everywhere. Even their souls were completely destroyed by that black light before they could even escape. Everyone was shaken and couldn't believe their eyes at the sight. The beast-taming sect members stopped in horror, standing there like they'd lost their souls. They saw Zhuo Fan standing there, looking majestic with his sword in hand. Like I said, a weak sect without any soul harmony stage experts can't give me any trouble. Zhuo Fan gave a wicked smile and taunted the sect leader about their actual strength. The sect leader was absolutely livid seeing Zhuo Fan's contempt, making his whole body shake. He felt so frustrated he was speechless, while also being totally terrified of the guy's power. Taking out multiple ethereal stage experts in a single move was something someone at the same level could hardly pull off. Is this kid really just a disciple? Is there some kind of mistake? Even though major sect disciples are strong, Zhuo Fan's power was completely off the charts compared to any normal standard. Taking down opponents in a heartbeat like that is something even top-tier experts would struggle to do easily. The sect leader stared at Zhuo Fan anxiously, sweat pouring down, as he could only mutter that the guy was a total monster.